everyone, and welcome to Bree's Project Book. Hello everyone, and welcome to Bree's Project Book. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're a returning BPB member, welcome back. Loves, kisses, and hugs to all of you. And today we are starting with video 4 in our Organized February series. If you remember, I have given you a tour of my multi-purpose room, how it looked, and what I planned on doing. We are working on this side of the room now, the opposite side with all the cabinets. Those videos have been done, and I will link those in the playlist in the iCard above, where you can check it out, how our progress. Right here on this side, as you can see, it's still a mess, and we're taking one cabinet or one space at a time to get this all cleaned out. So this cabinet here is what we're going to be working on today. Now I'm trying to stand in a way that the sun won't come in through this window and glare on the lenses. So I'm at an angle here so it can keep from doing that. This is the cabinet where we would be storing our seasonal accents. And now my seasonal accents was stored with my seasonal decor storage area. Now if you hear a noise in the background, that's the refrigerator. I'm standing in front of it. If you hear that motor running. But I separated the seasonal decor from the seasonal accents. If you haven't seen that video, if you're new to the channel, I will link that in the iCard above. But the seasonal accents are just basically my little small accents that I decorate my vignette, my floral arrangements, my tablescapes, those things in that nature you'll see in a minute. This cabinet right here used to house the laundry, all the detergent and things in that nature. Now this cabinet is empty. Have a blank canvas to get started, and I'm going to put all of my seasonal accents in this cabinet. It should be just enough room to do that. And we have all of our organization and storage bins and jars and things of that nature that we'll be using, and I will share that with you in a moment. But this space is nice. It has several shelves here, and my husband went ahead and installed another shelf here so we can have smaller compartments in this area that I would be using for bins. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to share with you my organization storage. Now, I didn't purchase anything. These are things that I already had. Okay, before we get started, if you're just joining me today and it's your first time on the channel, we are getting ready to create a seasonal accent storage cabinet. This cabinet right here used to be the laundry cabinet, and it used to look like this. On the opposite wall was where I used to store my seasonal accent storage, and that cabinet used to look like this. Now you have a reference of what we're trying to do here. So here are the storage bins that we'll be using for this project today. We started with these little magazine storage holders. I think these are very nice and would do very well in this project. You can easily just reach in and grab whatever you need, and it is pretty deep, so this will be very nice for that. Right here are some small containers that have lids. These used to be mixed nuts, guys. I used to buy a lot of mixed nuts at the grocery store, and they came in these little containers, and I thought this would make a great storage container for small things. And I have about 3 or 4 of these here, so we can use for those small little accents that we want to house that may get lost in these containers here. But if you have something small like that with a top, you can easily find it. Then we have these Beano bins. You see me use these in a lot of my organization projects this year, and I purchased this from Home Goods. You can also get it from Amazon, and I think it comes in 3 or 4 in a pack, and I had these left over from a previous project. We have our nice little organization system in the back here. This used to be under the kitchen sink in my kitchen area. We have upgraded that, and now I have these left over that would be great for this project. And this is the tray that comes out, It has a nice deep tray that you can house small things, a number of small things, and it has a label that I put in the front. And I thought this would be very nice to house those little small things that you want to keep all together. Right over here we have a mason jar. It's a pint-sized mason jars. I have a lot of these. I use them in my kitchen, and we're going to be using them here for this organization project. It's a pint size, and you can see through. You don't have to label it, and this would be great for those small items that you have a lot of and you want to keep them all together, but you want them to be nice and pretty inside a nice little jar. So I thought that would be nice to use in this project. So those are our organization systems that we'll be using today. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we are going to go ahead and install these inside the cabinet, except for the jars, because these are going to go at the very top, and I want to fill those up before I actually put them in the cabinet. But we can put all the rest of these inside the cabinet and see what it looks like. See what kind of space we're working with. So this is what kind of spacing we're dealing with here. So we have everything that we needed on the second shelf. Here's where the bins are going, and those small containers here on the sides. Now, I'm not sure if this is the best possible way to use this space with these bins. These bins are kind of slanted on the sides, and I'm not sure if I need a bin that is straight up, you know, on each side. That would save space, and I would be able to put in another one of these. It's something to think about if I come across some bins that is a complete straight edge square, and I could get 4 up here and 4 down at the bottom. But now this will work. We have these little small containers on the side for very small, tiny little items that we want to store. So this is what it looks like. At the very top up there, like I said before, are the mason jars. They will go up there, filled with those mini decor accents that I have. They'll be collected in the mason jars. But this is the kind of space that we're using. So what we're going to do is going to go ahead and fill all this stuff up, and then we'll come back and see what it looks like. All right, everyone, we have filled up our jars and our bins. And as you can see, they're all filled up and ready to go. I apologize for the glare, guys, but like I said, the sun shines through this window and it will cause a white glare. So over on this side, we have filled up all of our jars with all of our vase fillers or bowl fillers, what have you. And then there in the back, we have our small containers that are filled up with little small items that I can use in little bowls or things of that nature. In these bins here, these are all our decor accents that I may use in vignettes or in a floral arrangement. So at the top are summer, and then at the bottom are fall. And we have our white flowers here, flowers on branches. We have rose stems or rose picks. We also have some beautiful white birds, and we have some nests if I want to use them. Right here is some pine greenery that I like to stick in little vignettes that has floral arrangements or something like that to make it filled or give it texture. Here are my glam acorns. Love these. Very pretty. And then we have our natural pine cones here, which are picks. They're on little stems that you can stick inside a floral arrangement. And then lastly, we have our fall florals that I love using as accents in my flower arrangements. So that's what we have here in the bins. Over here in the magazine storage, we have our grapes here, and I can easily reach in and grab these. We also have our potpourri. And then over here in this drawer unit, we have all of our little things here. So on this side is all of our fall. So we have our fall berries in there, fall flowers, small natural pine cones. This one is empty. And then we have our faux food. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this here, but right now this is where I'm keeping it because I use this quite often. So here's all my faux food. And then this last one is, well, the cheese slices go. And then lastly, we have our green leaves down at the bottom. But this may change. I might find another place to put my faux food because I'm thinking this may be a waste of drawers for other small things. But we'll see what happens if I need the space. But this is what we have. So we're going to go ahead and place this inside the cabinet, and then you can see what everything looks like. And here it is, my friends, my seasonal decor accent storage ready for the next project. I am so happy that this is organized and it is ready to go. It is just enough room with a little space to expand. I can see everything, or it is labeled so I know where it is. I'm hoping I inspired you to organize your seasonal decor or accents for your next project. See you on the next one. Thank you, loves, for joining me today. I hope I inspired you with ideas for your next seasonal decorating, organizing, or entertaining project. See you on the next one.